This video is entitled Black Women in the Workplace. Throughout my years of working with black women at jobs and stuff, it's been crazy. You get to observe like their behaviors and what they do at the job. That's a good way of really getting to see how black women generally think and behave and act at jobs. I remember this was some over 10 years ago. I got this job, and it was the first time I worked with a lot of women. I thought that was going to be great to work with a lot of women. And I found that that was the worst situation ever. I don't ever care to work around a lot of women. I'm working with a lot of women now, though. But I found that it was crazy, man. I had there was a lot of gossip going on, a lot of backbiting going on, a lot of attention seeking going on, a lot of crazy shit going on. What the women would do is, and then a lot of kissing up to the male supervisors there. And a lot of women they would do some fucked up shit. And if you called them on it or something like that, they would run to the supervisor. And some of the shit that goes on with black women on the workplace. Another one is this is another big one I found too. I've seen black women in high positions at companies, high positions, lose their job for fucking somebody on the lower end. These are the so-called educated black women that they talk about a lot. These women are getting fired for fucking the regular employees and shit, thugs, regular dudes. Where I work at now, the lead woman on where I work, she's fucking some young guy. She's like 40 something, and he's like in his early 20s, and he doesn't do anything. He just comes to work and just doesn't do anything because I'm sure she looks out for him. And another funny thing about that is there's another black chick who's fucking him too at the job. And I found this type of behavior goes on at pretty much all the jobs I worked with where there were a lot of black women. So they sleep around a lot. They don't care. They sleep around. They're willing to lose their job and everything for some dick. And another thing about the job with black women dress more sexually provocative at the workplace than any other race of women that I've seen. I mean, they wear shit like almost to the point where they might as well just be naked. I'm talking about they wear these tights and where you can see all their ass cheeks and you can see the pussy and everything through it. It shows everything. This is the general behavior. This is what black women do. And And this is why I say that there's no honor in seriously dating or marrying a black woman, because they're so cheap and they carry themselves so cheap that nobody really respects them, and nobody really respects black men who cherish them. Because everybody knows that black women, especially non-black guys, they know that black women are an easy lay. They dress like whores, man. A lot of black people who hear stuff like that, they get all defensive and say shit like, white women do it too. Yeah, they do, but to a very lower extent than the black women do. Black women generally dress like whores, man. But back to the topic, I see black women sleeping with supervisors, and they sleeping with everybody on the job. That's the thing about it. And it's bad, it's really bad. And you lose respect for them, because at one time I had respect for. I thought black women were respectful, decent. I used to think that. But when you work with them and you work with enough of them and you see the general behavior of them, you lose respect for them. And another thing about them, they're very bossy too, especially toward the black guy. I recently got into it with this black chick I worked with. The bitch was trying to talk to me. She was very over familiar with me, like she just knows me, and like I'm her ex-boyfriend or son or some shit, and I had to put her in line. And then the bitch want to apologize and shit afterwards, But this is the type of shit you deal with black women on the job. And and they're all sleeping around with other people on the job. They all sleeping around. I was recently talking to a guy at the job, and he was saying that all these women in here are hoes, and they all got STDs. And I could not disagree with him, because I see the shit that they do up close and personal. See, that's the thing. A lot of guys talk about black women. They're not seeing it up close and personal. Like a lot of the guys, well, what I mean is a lot of guys who defend black women and who say things like, white women do it too. They're not seeing this shit up close and personal. They're seeing it from a distance. Like, there's recently been a video of this gay dude talking about black guys who don't like black women, and he's talking all of the other shit. See, faggots don't count. They don't, because they're not even checking for black women, really. You see what I'm saying? They're faggots. But when dudes who deal with black women, you see the fuckery up close and personal. And you're going to tell it, well, a lot of us are going to tell it as we see it. We're not going to sugarcoat what goes on, especially when the general consensus has been, oh, it's the black man's fault. It's the black guys who's causing all these problems. But when you're dealing with black women, you see that they're a huge part of the problem. Not only just 50%, they're about 75% of the problem that goes on with black males and females, because One thing you cannot ever take out of the equation is the fact that women are the choosers. It's that simple. Women choose the men, but they're the ones who are complaining. But you chose them. But back to black women in the workplace. If you observe them, you can see all the fuckery that they participate in. And you lose, like I said, you lose respect for them, and then in turn you lose the value for them because they're so cheap and they're so easy